Yes, we're here today in Burke Street supporting the Dairy Farmers Rally. Hundreds of dairy farmers, as you can see from behind us, have rallied here in Melbourne in support of scrapping the terrible conditions that have just been foisted upon them, namely the price of milk dropping to 14 cents a litre, a thing called clawback, which was never supposed to happen. Many dairy farmers are totally shocked by this because it basically has thrown them out in the street in literal terms. We've just heard that up to 14 dairy farmers already in the last 2 weeks have committed suicide. Now I'm joined here with by Chris Lahy from up in the Mildura region. Chris, what do you have to say about this?
Well, Craig, up in the electorate of Mallee there, which I'm running as a candidate for in the federal city of Mallee, we've got a number of dairy farmers, and I've spoken to them, quite a few of them in the last week or two since this whole thing has just exploded. And I find it almost unfathomable to believe that this clawback is even legal, let alone a moral judgment upon the milk industry, upon their suppliers. So what we're seeing, Craig, is a very steep drop in milk prices, but not only that, particularly if you're a Murray Goulburn supplier, the processor is actually asking for a payback from the introduction of an opening milk price. Yeah. I cannot believe they're doing this.
Unbelievable. I mean, the fact is that they paid the farmers a reasonable price, not a good price, over the course of the last year. Now they're saying, oh, we can't afford to pay you that, therefore you have to pay us that money back.
That's right, Craig. That's exactly what's happening, and we're seeing farmers that are already cash-strapped having to burden hundreds of thousands of dollars in clawback, as it's now called, and some of them have literally no hope. And clearly what has to happen here is we need to do away with free trade agreements. These are putting our farmers at this type of peril.
Yes, Chris, we've been handing out the new Citizen.
Yep.
And the new flyer that we produced talking about the need to return to parity pricing.
Yes,
now, this is something 28 years ago when I co-founded the CEC was one of the key issues, to pay farmers what they actually need, what their produce is worth. Now, parity pricing means that farmers can then get the income that they need to fund themselves. They don't need the handouts that Barnaby Joyce has just given, $500 million handout, more loans.
Merely a band-aid, Craig.
It's merely a band-aid. And the recognition of that particular idea is very, very high. Parity pricing is something that people respond to straight away here, I've noticed. But it's a political problem, Chris.
Absolutely, Craig, and this goes far deeper than just what we're seeing here today with dropping milk prices. We need a legislation change or just scrapping of the national competition policy and just starting again and getting back to what really needs to be done, Craig. And if I recall back, and I am a former dairy farmer, back when we did have some semblance of parity pricing pre-deregulation, where we had a fixed price, we had security, and that was all disbanded under deregulation, and now it's gone from bad to absolutely catastrophic. I can't imagine being a dairy farmer in this situation now.
Yeah, well, that's right, Chris. I mean, parity pricing is not something new. It was done during the Roosevelt years in the United States,
right,
where
Craig,
under
yes.
wartime conditions, they mandated that farmers be paid what they produced. And it had a tremendous boost for the economy because farmers then became able to pay for the rest of the inputs to the economy. That's what we're calling for, and that's the solution here. No more band-aids, and that's why you're standing for the seat up there in the Mallee.
Absolutely, Craig. That's exactly what I'll represent. Look, these band-aids are going to help, but it's not the solution, and I will fight for the constituents of Mallee, particularly those farmers and dairy farmers up along our northern border of the seat of Mallee, and we're going to fight this together. All you dairy farmers out there.
And I think, Chris, the best thing for people to do is to get onto our website, have a look at our website,
yes,
and see the policies that we represent. They're all up there.
They are.
There's a profile of who you are, so
yes,
they don't have to see a mysterious man just talking to a microphone.
That's right.
But we're exceptionally well known on this subject. And, at this particular point of time, people need to educate themselves as to what the solution. Can I also throw out one good idea?
Yes, great.
As people, our CEC reporters Australia-wide should stop buying $1 and $3 milk.
Absolutely.
Buy
Craig.
the branded product and send a message back to the supermarkets that we are not going to buy the product that's causing the problems for the farmers.
That's right, Craig. And look, that's what I've been advising people who speak to me when I talk to this in the general public about what can we do. I said, well, even though the fresh milk market, the daily market is a small portion, it's a very evident one. And I've said, just sack the $1 milk, go in there and buy your cooperative milk, pay the few extra bucks, and send the message.
Leave the $1 milk on the shelf.
Leave it on the shelf, Craig.
Let it go sour.
That's right, that's right.
Okay, Chris, well, we better sign off now.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks for talking to the CEC report, and we'll talk to you again.
It's been a pleasure, thank you.